live webinar. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. I'm Michela Fasti, Communication Manager at Milestone, and I'll be your moderator for today's webinar. Today's webinar is titled Addressing the Challenges of Grossing Descriptions, and we will see together the main challenges of today's grossing and how to tackle them with a standardized and innovative approach. Milestone has been in the field since 30 years. Our mission is to reduce patient anxiety by providing pathologists with technologies for same-day diagnostic results. And we are proud to offer innovative solutions in different fields. You can see them in this slide. So tissue processing, sample handling, macro digital and grossing stations, tracking, food dissection, cytology, and reagents. Before we start, I'd like to grab your attention for a few seconds. In this slide, you can see the main functions of the Zoom platform through which we are broadcasting, even if I think you are almost familiar with this platform now. So the meeting controls are at the bottom of your screen and they hide if you're not using them, but they reappear if you move your mouse. Your microphone will be muted for the entire webinar. If you have any technical problem, you can use the chat box and to talk with the host, and we will try to solve your problem. Also, this webinar is intended to be interactive, so we encourage you to ask as many questions as possible. Please use the Q&A box to write your question during the webinar, and we will answer as many questions as possible at the end of this presentation. Finally, let's take a quick look at today's speaker. The speaker today is Federica Rubini, application specialist in Milestone since many years. She's been focusing mainly on macro digital and grossing station in his work. Now I'm gonna switch off my camera and take off this presentation so Federica can open and turn on the camera and start the presentation. So Federica, you have the floor.
Good morning and welcome to this webinar named Addressing the Challenges of Grossing Descriptions. Why grossing? Grossing is fundamental to achieve a diagnosis with very good quality. But nowadays, in the most of the cases, grossing is operator dependent and not standardized. It's important to say that for human brain, it's much more easier to elaborate what we see rather than what we look for or what we read. Moreover, pathology is image-based. And it's important to say that nowadays there is a lack of pathologists and pathologist time is very important. So here we can conclude that there is really a big need of improve the efficiency of all these steps. For sure, you know, when you are in front of a tissue during the grossing, you have to describe the tissue. For you, if you have to think about and describe the color, tissue can be, for example, white. For another operator can be gray. The same can be regarding the size, the shape. So here the conclusion is very logical and very easy. A picture is better than 1,000 words because picture is reality, is what it is not a words that cannot totally describe a tissue during the grossing. Regarding this topic, it's important to remember the famous pathology Juan Rosai and this book, Surgical Pathology. Rosai explained and remember that you can have the best pathologies of the world, but if the grossing is wrong, the diagnosis will have for sure not good quality. For example, if during the grossing you take the wrong part of the tissue, even if you have a very good pathology that will look the slide, the diagnosis will be wrong. So let's start in analyzing the today's scenario, because currently only the 10–15% of the users take pictures during grossing, and even less users take pictures for all the cases. So we are talking about a very low number. Which are the most common working methods? The first very famous is text-based descriptions and handout diagrams. In this method, they don't use pictures at all, only notes and drawings. Second method is users that take pictures only for special cases. So we can understand that now some users already understood which will be the final solution for the grossing. But now they have to use the solution that they have currently in the lab, that are normally handheld cameras or smartphone. And for this reason, the pictures are done only for special cases. Another method is voice recording. In this method, then, you need a person who transcribes the record. That normally is a secretary. Last method is voice dictation. In this method, then, the record is transcribed automatically. Let's now analyze one by one all these methods. Text-based descriptions, for sure, you know that is labor-intensive, not standardized because it depends on the operator. And sometimes you can be misunderstood at sign-out because it's something that we read. The time can vary from few up to several minutes. In particular, if you if you do text, but not only, if you add drawings. Drawings are for sure better than text-based description, but also in this method is operator dependent, not standardized, labor intensive. Consider that you have, and you know that you have to do the drawing. Then this document must be scanned, named, linked to the case. So it's not only labor intensive, you can also make mistakes during the linking of the case. Sometimes it can be misunderstood, so the time can be very long. Pictures only for special cases. Also, this process is long. Why? As you know, during the grossing, hands are always dirty. But if you have to do a picture with handheld cameras or smartphone, the first action to be done is to clean your hands. Then you have to look for a camera, because for sure a smartphone is not ready to use. You look for the camera, you choose the angle of view that varies from person to person. Then you take the pictures. Then the picture must be exported from the phone, renamed, linked to the case. So again, also this method is not only labor intensive, you can also make mistakes. Using these objects, you have for sure biohazard risk. So also this, we can say that this method is good because they make pictures, but it can be better. Voice recording. During the voice recording, then you need a person who transcribes the record. That can be the secretary. So also this method is long because you need to prepare yourself before the recording. And then you have to add also the time of the person that who transcribes the record. It's subjective because it's no picture, it's someone that talks, and then you have to read the record. It's a manual process, changes from person to person. So we can conclude that this is not accurate. Voice dictation. Here the record is transcribed automatically, but the time is long also in this method. Why? Because the operator needs time to prepare himself before the recording. And then the automatic transcription must be in any case checked. Then we have to say that this method, before to be used, is complex because keywords must be memorized. Noisy environment give problems, and you know that in pathology lab it's normal to have noise. The description is operator dependent, is not standardized because it's something that we are words, not picture. So also with this method is inaccurate. Regarding all this method, I would like to underline also that nowadays there is a lack of histotechnicians, not only lack of pathologists. So it is much more better to use the time of histotechnician to perform important jobs in a pathology lab, like cutting, staining, instead of using histotechnician, for example, to write the words of the pathology during the grossing. So after all these talks, what is the ideal solution? We need something easy to be used for all cases in routine. All cases are important. We need something that is always ready to be used, standardized, in a way that when I need is here, ready during my grossing. I don't want to lose time during a grossing. I need a system that allow me to make pictures, audio and video with very good quality. And then I need a system that allow me to add also notes, comments, all the material that for me is important for the documentation and traceability. I need a system that is integrated with all hoods and also is integrated with the informatics system of the hospital. In the second part of my presentation, I would like to show you the solution of Milestone, that is MacroPath. MacroPath is a digital system designed to easily capture pictures, audio, and video with very good quality. You can easily add the notes and edit all the media, and you can easily retrieve a case if you need. Milestone started many years ago to work in this field, and we can say that MacroPath is one of the most successful products that we have. And nowadays we have more than 2,000 MacroPath users around the world. So we have a lot of experience now, and now MacroPath has been built up also using all the feedbacks of our users. MacroPath has a very high resolution camera, and you will see very soon in my live demo, it has an advanced user interface and a smart software. We have available a foot pedal that allows to control the major function of the unit, and our PC is touchscreen. So all the components of MacroPath is designed thinking in a way to help the operator during the grossing. Let's see in details the reason of its success. First of all, the camera can arrive up to 20 megapixels, and it can apply 30 pair of optical zoom. So this zoom is quite big. So if you consider, if you want to attach, for example, the camera under an existing fume hood, the camera can be installed very far from the specimen or very close. So this big zoom is quite helpful. The camera has a circular LED that improves the pictures. We have a PC that is water and dust resistant, so it's very important to have this type of PC in a very dirty environment, as pathology lab is. We have foot pedal, so you can have your hands always dirty, because you can use the foot pedal for works with MacroPath. And then, of course, we have a microphone for audio and video recording. So we can say that with MacroPath, that is always ready to be used, you can document all the grossing in a very easy and fast way. So you save time. Very important also to underline how flexible is the installation of MacroPath. I will show you later on in my in the practical part, choose solution. You can have a macropath standalone. So we have a stand that can be also positioned under a fume hood. We have all Milestone grossing station that has macropath integrated. Regarding this grossing station, if you are interested, please, you can contact me and we can do a dedicated demo. Or important to say is that we have many tools that allow to attach the camera under existing grossing station. So camera of macropath can be installed on a shelf, on a ceiling, or on a wall, on a tube, and so on. With macropath, you can generate a patient report, and we can say that with macropath, we really improve this report, so improve the traceability and patient safety. Why? Because you can have a report with macroscopic and microscopic pictures. Macropath is very easily integrated with the informatics system of the hospital. We have different methods available. In particular, macropath is compatible with very modern HL7 protocol and web service call. These two methods allows you to connect macropath to the list in a very safe way. And this is very good because with macropath you have all the details of the grossing. Last method is for the connection to the informatics system is SmileWatch. Maybe some of you know SmileWatch or someone not. For your information, SmileWatch is the middleware that allow to connect to the informatics system all Milestone unit. But SmileWatch is much more. With SmileWatch, you can, for example, see the real status of the unit. It can generate a notification through phone, email, giving information, for example, when the unit needs the presence of the operator. With SmileWatch, you can also retrieve the entire history of the case from the operating theater up to the pathology lab. So again, also regarding SmileWatch, if you are interested, we can do a dedicated event. Now, finally, I'm very happy now to show you in live how macropath works. In this, for this demonstration, I will use, I have here with me macropath standalone or macropath included in our last model of grossing station named UltraGross. I will use a macropath standalone that is composed, of course, by our camera. We have the stand. The stand includes a cutting board in blue color that enhances the contrast during the grossing. It's very interesting that we have plastic sheets that includes a ruler. These sheets are very interesting into the picture, not only for the ruler, but because you can avoid cross-contamination between one picture to another. Or you can easily have a clean working surface if you have to do picture for scientific publication. Then we have our PC that works very good in a dirty environment because it's water and dust resistance and is also touchscreen. The same concept is for the keyboard that is washable and includes a touchpad. Then we have a barcode reader 2D. And very important is our foot pedal that's allowed to control the major functionalities of the macropath. Now, I will start to show you the first macro area of macropath that is live. So before to change the zoom, what we do is that we scan to the barcode reader the laboratory request. Now, so the case is open. Now I change the zoom. Okay, so in this way, you can better see our screen. What we can do here in live, we can do pictures up to 20 megapixels. The first picture that I can do is the laboratory request. So through the foot pedal, or I can press the PC, I make one picture. All the pictures, audio and video are showed here on the right. Now I position my specimen, and using the foot pedal, I can, for example, adjust the zoom, so zoom in and save. You can see that is very fast. And I'm using just my feet. Then I can turn the specimen and I can apply a second picture. Now in live, I can record audio or video. I press the foot pedal, for example, and I record an audio. 1, 2, 3. Again, I press the foot pedal, and here we have an audio in MP3 file. I can record also video. The last function that I can do in live is that I can add a tag. Tag can be type of tumor, type of specimen. I will show you later on that then when you retrieve a case, you can make a research for tag. For example, for scientific publication, the pathologist may want to see all the brain cases done in 1 year, for example. So this is live. The second big area of Macropath is edit. Edit is, you can do the edit when you want and if you need. So you can easily open the picture of your interest, and for example, you can do sizing. So point, automatically a line is drawn, or I can, for example, choose the sizing area. Now, for example, I select an arrow and write a text. Tumoral area. And now, using always the foot pedal, I save. You can see that the original picture is preserved. Now, the last macro areas that I would like to show you is files. In files, you can easily retrieve all the cases. On the top, you can make a research for case name, for data, for operator. Now, for example, I will look for my case using the tag brain. And now I found my case. Here in this section, I can generate a report. You can create the template with, for example, the logo, the name of the hospital. Here I have all my picture. I want to include the picture in the report, this, and this picture. And now Macropath can generate a diagnostic report. Now I change again the zoom and I continue with my presentation. Look site tracking. What it is? This is the optional of Macropath. As you can see in the picture by the arrow, I show you this tracking bar. This is a bar that you can attach on the PC of Macropath, and this bar will communicate with your eyes. So it's very modern. So you can control some functionalities, the major functionalities of Macropath using your eyes. So you open case ID, zoom in, zoom out, take pictures, record audio and videos. So also with the look site tracking, you can always have your hands dirty. Now, last but not least is a new functionality of Macropath for small biopsy. So if you are a Macropath user, maybe you don't know this function because it's very new. Milestone working a lot, they always work for the traceability and for safety of the specimen. And the latest result is CScan. CScan allow you to document the grossing also of a small biopsy. Why it's important to make a picture of a cassette with a small tissue inside? Of course, not to see the shape of the color of the small piece. But it's important to have a picture because then this picture can be recalled during embedding and cutting stage, so you can check if all the small pieces that were in the cassette during the grossing are still present during the cutting. So you can intercept issues and avoid patient mismatch. Scan is very easy, so it will really improve your workflow. In this slide, I would like to show you how easy it is. Because we know that when you have a small biopsy, you have to work very fast, so you don't have so much time. Scan is only 3 steps. The first, when you want to use Scan, in live on MacroPath, you press the dedicated button, so you enter in Scan modality. During Scan modality, a laser will point the center of your cutting board. What you do? You prepare your cassette with the small biopsy, you position the cassette under the laser, and then MacroPath will do all in a few seconds. Will scan the codes on the cassettes and will make a picture. So the operator should only position the cassettes under the laser. So in really 2 seconds, you document the grossing of the small biopsy. Then you can have a MacroPath viewer on a small PC that you can install on cutting or embedding stage. So during this step, if you have a barcode reader, you can easily retrieve the picture of MacroPath. So when I'm cutting a small biopsy and I have 2 pieces, I can check if during the grossing the pieces were 2 and not 3. So we can intercept patient mismatch and, of course, improve patient safety. This is the conclusion. Nowadays, digital pathology is the trend of major interest. But I would like really to remember you that to have a good slide is important, but a slide is only a small portion of a tissue. To really have a good diagnosis, you need the context of the slide. It's for this that is really important, the documentation of the grossing. My presentation is finished. I hope that all is clear, and now I am available for all your questions.
Thank you, Federica, for your nice explanation. Now I'm gonna read some questions that I have already received through the chat box. Meanwhile, if you have any other question, now it's the time to type them. So, first question, Federica, for you. How does it take to take a picture with MacroPath?
Okay, the time is very fast, just a few seconds. So you, in a case, for example, by the foot pedal, I press save, live turns black, but in 1 second, it turns available again for a new picture. So few seconds.
Perfect. Now let's read another one. Can I use my personal computer with the MacroPath?
Yes, sure. We have 2 versions of MacroPath. MacroPath or MacroPath Basic. MacroPath Basic is without a PC. So the customer can install their own PC. There are just some minimum PC requirements to be followed. Of course, we suggest to use our PC because it's all-in-one, is blood and dust resistance, so it's good to be used in a dirty environment like pathology lab is. And why not is touchscreen.
Okay, let's move to another question. Can you explain what's the difference between the standard modality and the Scan option? Okay.
Standard modality, you have some operations to be done manually by the operator. In Scan, all is automatic, so the operator will just position the cassettes on the cutting board and then MacroPath will manage all. I think that is more clear if I make a demonstration. So now I will show you first a manual procedure. So I scan the laboratory request. In this case, I open the case. I position the cassettes, and now I adjust the zoom. And now I press save. Of course, it's very easy, very simple. But why not make more simple? In Scan, I press Scan. So I enter in Scan modality. This should be done just the first time. Then I prepare the cassettes. I position the cassettes where there is the laser. Automatically, MacroPath read the code, open the case, and makes the cassettes. I can repeat with the second case. I prepare the cassettes, I position, and MacroPath again will open the case and make the picture. So with Scan, we really improve the grossing of the small biopsy, where the time is very low.
Okay, let's move to another question. How can an image of tissue replace or augment text gross descriptions?
You can, of course, if you use picture, reduce time, and of course, you can increase the accuracy. So I think that picture is very, the value of the picture is a lot. So I think that what we have to consider is that picture is not words, is really the reality of what we have. And with MacroPath, you can create a system in a way that the pictures are very easily open, where the pathologist will then do the diagnosis. So it's very easy to record the picture and then to use the pictures also in the macroscopic report. So to enhance the traceability, the patient safety. You can also include in the report also microscopic pictures. So this is more clear and more standardized, not only for the operator, but also for the patient.
Thank you, Federica. I think it's very clear now. Again, another one, how big are the saved files?
Okay, so in a MacroPath, you can save picture up to 20 megapixels. So you can decide the megapixel and also the compression quality of a picture. So it depends on the use that you want to be done for the picture. Anyway, a medium size of a picture can be from more or less 500 kilobytes up to 8-9 megabytes per image, but maximum.
Perfect. I think we have time for maybe the last one. Is there an LIS integration with LIS Da Vinci possible? Is it possible?
Yes, sure. I have heard many times this name. I remember there was a slide. We have different methods to connect the MacroPath. So during the installation, the hospital can choose the best method that, for example, they can use a shared folder, a line command, Twain protocol, HL7 protocol, and also web service calls, and so our MyWatch system. So I think that there are many methods, and normally we don't have any problems in connection.
Thank you, Federica. I guess time is running out now. We have a very few questions left, and we will reply via email. So let me share one final slide with you. So here you can see our contacts. So if you're interested in further information, if you want to organize a customized virtual demo, please feel free to write us and we will be glad to organize a demo and assist you. You can also rewatch our webinars on demand. You can see the link here. And of course, you can keep up to date with our events, future events, following us on LinkedIn and Facebook. The webinar schedule for 2023 will be available soon on our website and social networks. Tomorrow, you will receive an email message with this webinar recording available for you. Thank you, everybody, for watching and participating, and we hope to see you all next time.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Bye-bye.